If you've seen my previous video on green onions, I bought some green onions from store, cut the roots, planted them in these planters, and they grew very well. I keep pruning these greens and keep using them in the kitchen, in the cooking. And now I see that it is developing a flower stalk, which is great, because I will now save the seeds from these flowers. But the side effect of this is that if you wanted to use the onions, then after this they will kind of become hard. So if you want to make use of the onions, you should dig them up and use them now. But I my purpose was to use the greens, and now that the flowers are developing, I want to save the seeds. So I'm going to just let them be, and once they open up, I'll save their seeds. So you can see that now the flowers are blooming a little bit, but they are flopping on the side. It must be because of the weight. These flowers are kind of heavy. Um, so, like this one is slightly open, and this one is a little more, and this one is, I think, fully blooming now. So slowly they'll dry up, and then we can collect the seeds. If you look at this flower now, so it is slightly dry now, and you can see those green pods, and those are the pods which contain the seeds. So when this will be fully dry, seeds will come out of those green pods. By the way, the onion plants, they are biennial plants. That means they flower in once in 2 years. So these flowers are about 2 months old now. If you look at these, they were white and now they are turning yellow or brownish. And there are some green pods within these. And here you can see better probably because contrast is better. So these are the flower that dried up, and then after the flower dries up, there is this green pod, green seed pod. So let me just show you. So right now it is green, but if you open it up, these black seeds, those are the ones that we want to collect. So if you wait for too long, what happens is that they just get scattered. They'll dry up, and then they'll just scatter, and you'll not get any seeds. So now that the flowers are already dry, I'm going to just cut them off and dry them inside in the shaded area, of course, in the house. And that way, the seeds will not scatter, and I'll get the seeds when they dry up. So I'm going to leave these inside on this paper and let it dry for a few days. And once they dry up, then I'll just shake them up and get the seeds out. Since the onion plants have already bolted, I'm going to just pull these out because onions will be no good now. They'll be too hard to eat. So I'm going to just pull them out. And what we can do is that we can cut the roots out of these onions and plant them again. So I'm going to cut a few roots like this. This is interesting. Most of them are growing in pairs. I don't understand why. And let me also, trim the roots a little bit. I've changed the soil, and I'm just going to again do the same thing I did before. put the root side down and just put them in. I'm going to water it and let's see what happens. So it's been 2 weeks that we planted these green onion um, roots, and look at these. Some of them are like 2 to 3 inches tall now. So it's so amazing. We started with those store bought green onions, took their root, planted them, they grew, and then it's summertime, and they started to bolt, and then we are collecting seeds from it, and then we pulled them out because they bolted, and then we planted again their roots, and they have started growing again. So, how amazing is that? You can just keep on doing this forever and you never have to buy green onions again. And on top of that, we now have onion seeds that we can plant. So, this is like true sustainable gardening. So, it's been about 2 weeks that we cut these onion uh, florets, and you can see that the seeds are all automatically coming out here. You can see that there are some black seeds, and if you just tap them, the seeds are coming out. So uh, probably they need another 1 week or so, and they'll all come out. So they were looking so green that you will be misguided that, oh, they are green, you don't want to pick them. But this is what happens. They were just lying there, nobody was touching them, and the seeds were automatically coming out. So you have to uh, pick them at the right time. But I mean, basically, this is what it is. All these seeds will come out, and then you can just use them in the next season. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.